I'm like, wait. I had to remind myself.
I wasn't sure what even was going to happen.
No, I just like, I was just, anyways, I just forgot because it says, should we start this fucking over?
No, this is great.
Okay, so it says start streaming, then under it says start recording. So I forgot. But anyways, because we don't stream, but I guess we're going to be, somewhat.
That's going to change. Yeah. Hey, let's start with the cheers.
Cheers to you, my man.
Cheers to you,
I love
Dougie.
you.
I love you, buddy.
Yep.
All right. Well, I stink today. And I even put on mad deodorant before I came to. I'm sweating balls, bro.
I was trying to see how long ago without saying anything.
I thought we were going to play the whole song.
Damn it. Welcome to another episode of I Didn't See It, But I Believe You. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel.
And this is episode 81? Yeah.
Yeah, 80, because I put the picture of the jigger for 80.
So this is a day of days.
This is the day of days,
it's
baby.
a day of days.
I want to make one thing clear before we get into this. This is not the end of the show. This is not the end of me being in Austin, regardless of what Doug says. And this is not the end of us in any way. I don't know. Doug, this is my fucking brother, man. We're going to keep making this show.
Brothers.
You're going to see some changes over the next couple weeks as we get our footing and figure out how to do this.
No, for sure. I mean, I'd imagine that we're going to take next week off so you can settle in and stuff.
That's probably going to have to.
I mean, I'll do some negative episodes or whatever.
But here's the thing. We no longer have to be beholden to this day. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
So if I get there and it takes me a couple days past Monday or next Tuesday, we'll just do it next week sometime. We will get one done for next week. I can guarantee you guys will have one for you next week. It may be late, but we'll have one.
I mean, so if you watch this on YouTube, the only difference will be we'll have a split screen.
Exactly. And if you listen to it, you should not be able to tell any difference at all.
Yeah, it should be the same quality.
It should be exactly the same
I'd
quality.
imagine that I can run the board. Whatever. We can.
Here's the deal. You have OBS. I have OBS.
Okay.
Well, at this point, we have the exact same equipment minus this, and we only need one of these.
Okay.
Actually, so Caroline is friends with one of the cast members from Archer, Lucky.
Okay. Like Archer, the
show. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Lucky Yates. He's a really fucking nice guy, and he.
You're talking about he plays the doctor.
I can't remember his name. I haven't
Oh
watched
my god, he's the funniest character on the damn show. Doctor. He's not even really a doctor.
Oh, Krieger.
Yeah, I love it.
So he's a really nice dude. He's a friend of Caroline's, and he's starting a podcast, and he has the exact same setup as us. And I was like, Caroline, see, this shit's pro. We had the pro setup, bro.
Well, we always talk about how our content's terrible, but our quality's decent.
I think our content fucking slaps.
Until you freaking set everything up and don't plug the board into the computer.
Oh, that was a tough one, dude.
Is
it plugged in right now?
I hope so. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
See how this. Remember, it's so funny that one day
it's weird that we thought we were.
I'm like, huh.
Because if you go back in time in your brain and remember what we actually got it to do, it did not look like that.
Yeah.
We just made it spike a little higher.
Dude, but I'll tell you what, though, that was a good episode. And it's still good. So please go back and just turn it up.
Yeah, that'd be episode 78. 78. 79 is now missing for a couple days. 78.
So Joel's has to learn how to drive a windowless truck.
No, it has windows. The cab has windows. I mean, obviously, I can't see out the back.
Of course, the cab has windows.
God, I'm sketched out, dude.
Joel's not driving. You're driving a tank. There's no windows whatsoever.
So are they automatic? Bro, it doesn't have a shifter, does it?
No.
Because I can't fucking do that.
No.
I'm so nervous.
It has a shifter, but it doesn't have a shift stick.
I've had the gags all day, bro.
We're talking about
like straight up. I've been gagging all day. I'm so nervous.
Is it at your apartment?
No, I gotta get it tomorrow. But here's the thing. Here's the deal. I'm moving on Thursday. I am extremely overwhelmed right now with moving, saying goodbye to my friends, fucking leaving this place I've lived at a decade.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very overwhelming week for me, but I got no emotions because I'm so fucking amped trying to finish it all. But I am genuinely like scared about driving the U-Haul. Like, no bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm pretty freaked out about it. I really wish that I'd have known.
It's really gonna.
I know. But the thing is, like, Dallas is like going from driving here to driving in Dallas is more comfortable because there's more lanes. But man, the motherfuckers drive. They own the road. They own the idea of the road.
Well, apparently you're driving through Dallas because you are going above Dallas.
We take a right. You actually
take a right.
Yeah, you veer off the interstate towards Fort Worth.
So you take a left.
No, that's a right.
No, it's a left.
Doug, this direction, that's right.
This is right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is left.
When you go to Fort Worth, you take I-35, and then you take I-35 west.
Like that, maybe? Because you do take the right exit, though, and it goes around. I've driven it a bunch of times.
You take I-35 west, and it takes you over to get over to Fort Worth. You might be right. I don't know.
I'm going to show you real quick.
I don't think it's right.
It is.
Whatever. I'm not going to argue with you if it's a right or a left to get to Fort Worth and Dallas.
I'm just going to show you how the fuck to get to my apartment.
But you don't even make it to Dallas to get to the Fort Worth area.
No, not at all. No. But you do have to drive on their interstate for like a good 20 miles and then get off.
It's our interstate.
No, I know, but where it turns into like 8 lanes and 16 lanes. We pay
for that. We pay for it too.
Somebody was complaining the other day about construction, and I was like, "Oh, do you live in Texas? Have you driven on 35? Fuck you complaining about construction.
Oh, dude.
You kidding me? They've been building the same shit since before I moved here.
And apparently it's all the way down to Temple now. So like Temple to
and the other direction too, I think.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
And do you remember when they built this is so boring, but do you remember when they built the toll road? When they built the fucking toll road to Waco right by Buc-ee's? That shit's pointless. You can't get on it there and make it to Austin. It should take you through Austin, I feel like.
Are you talking about the one in Luling?
Yeah, right past Buc-ee's.
It bypasses Austin.
I know that. So that's so fucking stupid because you should be able to. I personally think you should be able to get on it and hit 170 or 140, whatever that is, to come up. This is so dumb. Anyway,
Jesus Christ! And you're the one that's. I mean, we're talking. The only reason we're talking about it is because we were doing all the cool stuff off the air, and now we're talking about the boring stuff we could have talked about off the air. So we had to talk about it sometime.
Okay, look.
Let's take I-35 North Temple.
Shut up. Okay. Okay, overview. See, look, when you get up...
This is crazy.
I know. When you get up to Dallas, okay, you take a right.
Okay, I was wrong. I was wrong.
Through North Richland Hills, and then we're up there.
Wait, hold on.
We're next to the airport, next to the DFW airport.
Grapevine. Okay, you fucker. Okay, so there's Grapevine, and look, there's Fort Worth on the left.
At Fort Worth, you take a right.
On the left. You did not say that. You said you're going. I'm like, where are you going past? You're like, no, you got to take a right. I'm like,
did I say towards Fort Worth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. At the spread where Fort Worth is on.
I was right. You were right. I was talking about.
Yeah. I'm to the right. Fort Worth is to the left.
Maybe you're a little bit. We're just a little confused.
But then you go up because we're next to the DFW airport.
Okay.
So
this is crazy that we're still talking about this.
I'm done talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to point out that I'm right. And I wasn't. You were.
I mean, I think it was a little bit. I think we're both right, Joel. I'll
give this one to you, Doug. Hey, Doug. Hey, man. I'm gonna give this one to you, bro.
Thanks, dude.
Yep.
Do you think I'm mean to you?
Shit, no.
Okay, cool.
I think that dude. Okay. If you were to watch this show and come away from it thinking one of us is the bully or the mean one, I don't think you're really paying attention.
Yes, I agree.
But here's also the thing. People who personally know us likely attribute our real life attitudes into things and may come away feeling different.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I've been told that I'm a piece of shit to you on this show by people who don't know you but know me.
Yeah, you're pretty mean to me.
Sure, but then people will say you're mean to me, but I don't think either one of us sees it. Here's the deal. Both of us know enough secrets about the others that we could fucking ruin each other's lives. We're just fucking with each other.
So I have a really bad stutter. I've always had since I was a little kid. And whenever you stutter, I always make fun of it, but it's like I have one. So
yeah, that's fair. It's like
that's it. So that's what I was told that I was picking on you about was when you stammer and stutter. I'm like, are you?
Have you heard me stammer and stutter? It's fucking hilarious.
And have you heard me? If you knew me in real life, I'm like,
Here, I'll tell a stammer story. Dude, my band played a show. I saw this girl in the crowd. She was vibing so hard on me. This is like maybe 2007, and she's fucking vibing, bro. And we were playing this place called Fuel in Houston, Texas. Okay, it was like for Christian metal shows, but we would just always end up on the bill anyway. And I just wouldn't try not to cuss on stage. Okay, back with Forever Dies Tonight used to play them all the time. That's how we got there. And there's this chick, man. I could tell she was vibing, and I was vibing. And got off the stage. I see her. I'm saying hi to everybody. I see that girl. I beeline towards her, and I go, "Hey, my name is Joel. Nice to never mind." And I just turned around and walked off. This is I said, "Nice to meet you. How are you?"
Dude, like at work, I'll just start talking or whatever. And when I started really activates.
Shit, was I supposed to be recording on here too?
No.
Okay.
My stutter really activates whenever I am creating I guess when I'm not finishing a thought, I get, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know
you get wrapped up in your thought.
I can tell when it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, so I'll be like, and I'll like have to stop and be like, I'm having a stutter attack right now. and I'm like, so you're gonna have to give me some time. They're like, okay. I'm like, yeah. It's like something I've had since I was a little kid. One time my uncle showed me a video of me when I was a kid, and he asked me if I like Nintendo, and I'm going, I did it. And it's like, so granted, I don't have like, well, I mean, they used to take, dude, when I was a kid, I used to have to take all these crazy like brain tests and stuff. They thought it was so like for years I had to do like EKGs and like ink blots and stuff. They put me on all these crazy medications and stuff. And so like years later, like my mom's like, yeah, we used to always have to take Doug these crazy
to the vet.
To the vet. They do all these weird tests on him and stuff. And it always broke my heart that I see my son like this. And I'm like, yeah, I remember all that pretty well. And then she's like, it's because we thought you were epileptic. I'm like, you thought I was epileptic? Like, what? Like, yeah, because the teachers would say that I would just stare out the window all of class. So I thought I was having. So
hold on, you think this dude's sensitive to the light because he's staring out at the sun?
Because you think I'm having seizures because I'm bored in class?
Did you have seizures?
No.
They just assumed you were gonna have a seizure.
They thought I was like
real seizure-y about this kid.
Yeah, and then I'm like, dude, I can't speak. I mumble.
This kid can't read. He can't talk.
Dude,
always dressing up like goddamn wrestling.
I couldn't read a watch until I was like in high school.
You can't read a watch right now.
No, probably not. I mean, if you
you're so dumb you can't read a digital clock.
I was thinking of the funniest like your mama jokes.
Oh, lay them on me. Let's go, baby.
Dude, I can't really. I mean, I can't think of any right now. But I was like reading something the other day that had me laughing pretty hard.
I've been ripping off Every Time I Die. They had a tour DVD that came out, I think in support of Gutter Phenomenon. It's called like Shit Happens or something like that. And it's just a tour documentary about them touring Gutter Phenomenon. And at one point, Keith, the singer, is doing a Yo Mama battle with some kids outside of the show, but he's doing polite ones. He's like, your mama is so fat, I really hope that she was able to gain control of her body and feel more confident in it as she grew older. Or like, your mama's so black, man, I really hope she never faced any racial injustices. It's so fucking funny, but it works now really well. When people are throwing your mama jokes, you drop one of those in and everybody goes, were we being offensive? Because they were doing it on Caroline's stream the other day, and I commented, your mama's so fat, I really hope she never struggled with any weight issues as she became older and learned how to love her body.
I do.
And all the girls are like, man, I like that.
I always thought it was freaking funny when you hear the Yo Mama fucking battles go off, and then you just hear somebody just give up because they don't have any. They just go, well, at least my mom's not a hoe.
or at least my mom's alive, motherfucker. See ya.
Damn, that's like,
I'm not going to throw this person under the bus, but because it's not like throwing them under the bus, but I'm sure they probably don't want this story told. But we know somebody who did lose their mom, and but he lost him at a very young age. Okay, and so he had like kind of, I mean, he grew up in shit, and like that wasn't like what his life was built around. Was that, you know what I mean? Like he's a really good guy who did really big things in life. And one time somebody came up to him, but for the record, this dude's huge. Somebody came up to him and said, I know who you're talking and did about. A Yo Mama joke, and he just fucking with him, looked at him and went, oh yeah, thanks, my mom's dead. And that dude immediately started bawling, bro. Straight up. I'm sorry, I didn't know. It was because this dude is like one of the nicest people I've ever met. He would have done nothing to this dude, but he just wanted to prove a point. And this dude broke into like hysterics, thinking he was about to get broken in half. He's going, I'm sorry, I didn't know. So funny. I'm crying, laughing in the background, just like, this is fucked up, right? This is funny as shit.
Well, I know who you're talking about, and he is a very big, very nice guy. Yeah. And as a profession, did something that hurts, like could hurt a normal person really badly.
I'll never forget getting mad in the first year and looking up his salary.
Joel.
No, I'm just saying it's crazy. Do you know you can do that? That's a thing in Madden now. You pick a player, any player, even people who are like redshirted or whatever that's called. I don't know if that's in the NFL. That might just be college. But when you click on it, it shows what their contract was for, what their fucking bonuses are for.
What was it?
Over $1 million.
Damn.
Yeah.
He came in. Anyways.
Yeah, let's move on past that. He's not going to want to be on the show.
So, yeah, hell no. Dude, hell no. He'd probably be like, I
wouldn't touch that show with a 10-foot pole.
He'd probably be like, I could go the rest of my life without seeing
either one of those
Doug Blank or Joel Robertson ever again. That's
you can't just say my last name and not say your last name.
Doug Blank.
Tell him what it is. You can't just keep putting blank at the end of it. It's not fail.
So, one of my insults with somebody, whenever I'm like, no, I don't have anything against this person, but I could go. I'm like, but I could happily go the rest of my life without ever seeing them
for
again.
sure.
That's like one of my favorite digs.
That's a good dig, man. Go ahead.
Or when somebody's like somebody gets fired or you have to fire somebody and they are really, I'm like, so what happened? People want the tea all spilled. They want to know what happened.
Yeah. I hate that shit, spilling the tea.
I'm
and
just like,
goss.
I don't know what goss means.
Gossip.
Oh,
these motherfuckers go, the hot goss?
Anyways, and so it just goes, I like saying spilling tea.
Oh, I like the spilling tea thing, but
but I like just to go, they're like, so what happened? They want everything.
Yeah. They want a pitcher of tea, and they never just want a cup, bro.
But if somebody pisses me off and or crosses me or whatever, I don't like to give them too much attention.
Sure.
Behind closed doors, I'll freaking talk shit.
Yeah.
But when somebody asks me about, I'm just like, because when I hold a grudge, it's pretty bad. So
Doug does let people live in his head rent free.
Well,
you kind of do.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that. I would say me not liking you is a lot worse than you not liking me.
For you or for them?
No, because I'm so fucking I can dig.
Oh yeah, and I can, for sure.
I can my grudges can make people lose sleep.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
I'm
the flip side of that would be somebody could insult you by saying you're letting those people live rent free in your head.
I guess, but it's but
which I think is a good insult.
If somebody fucking hurts if somebody pisses me off and that grudge begins, it's I know people are that have straight up said, and you know this too, that Doug Blank being mad at you makes you lose fucking sleep.
It's annoying
because whenever you fucking come in front of me or if I see you, there's no
beating around the bush.
Hey, how's it going? It is fucking
fuck you.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I've been on the side of that once or twice.
It's guess what? You fucked up. You're fucking on my bad side, and you're lucky if I don't say anything to you. Most of the time, I'll be in an earshot of you because I don't want to fucking cross a line.
But you want to keep ears on what's happening. I
have gotten tremendously better, so much better about that.
Right? Yeah, so dude.
But
to be clear, I'm talking about the Doug of high school.
Yeah. And so but anyways, why am I telling you
20 years ago.
Oh, so now it's just when somebody asks me anything, I'm like, they just weren't good enough.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's it. I'm like, just weren't good enough. But chances are they talk shit. They did this, they did that. So they just weren't good enough. And they're like, oh. So you should consider that next time you work with them or something. You
should, another one that really fucking stings is telling people, I think we just outgrew them. Or I think our friendship sort of hit a wall and I just sort of outgrew him mentally. That shit bothers the fuck out of people.
Oh, yeah.
Even when you tell it to somebody, they will sit there and start thinking, well, damn, does he think that about me?
Have you ever seen it happen? Feel it happen? You're sitting on the couch with a friend or something like that.
And you just don't want to be friends anymore?
And all of a sudden they say something or you say something you don't get it, you're just like, man.
Yeah, totally.
This is it.
Totally.
It's time to move on. Yeah, it happens a lot more now. When I was younger, I would say stuff and nobody would get it, so I'd get embarrassed. Should I not have said that or whatever? Then I'm older, I'm like, Oh yeah. I'm like, the drummer of your band said something one time, and I think it was about me, and it was actually a weird compliment. Or it was a good compliment. You're the one who told me, like, somebody was talking shit about me. And
in my band?
No, somebody's talking shit about, like, oh, Doug's an ass, like Doug's a dick or whatever. And homeboy, who I consider a friend, said, he's like, you just don't get him. He's like on a totally different level.
Oh yeah, totally.
And he's like said that for me. He's
and
like,
especially at that time.
Yeah.
I think you, me, and maybe like a couple other people in that town just kind of were in a mindset that was a little...
Yeah, dude, people like, they're either people that we're good friends with or people that just fucking
did not like us. Yeah.
And it's like he said that, he's like, no, dude, it's not that Doug's a dick. It's that he's just on a totally different level, and you just probably can't connect with you because you just don't get... And I'm like, dude, thank you so fucking much. Because, when we were growing up, and like, especially when we're in the bands and stuff like that, and we're in like good bands and stuff and just doing our damn thing, like, a lot of people just like would just, that toxic positivity that's is a fucking thing now.
Me too.
Like, just like people like bouncing into your life just because they want to be friends with you because they think you're cool doesn't give you the license to just like bombard into somebody's life.
Yeah.
And that happened to me all the time, dude. And then a lot of things were happening in my life too, where people I'd never even met before were just being vicious to me. And so like, I always had my guard up. Anyways, even like a couple of months ago, I went to go see Amanda, and there's this guy around that went to all of her shows and stuff, and he just thought, I haven't seen him in 10 years. He just thought it was an opportune time to tell me how much how big of a dick I was, and how he had to hide in a closet from me one time because he thought I was going to beat him up.
Was that maybe at our house when we were trying to get people to stop acting like pieces of shit?
Like, so I was like,
I kicked an entire party of people out of my bedroom because I walked in and said, "Get the fuck out."
And it's like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? Were you just in my house? Were you fucking in my room?
Exactly.
It's like, yeah. And then it's like, oh, and he's like, and it's like, I think the problem was everybody's just always blowing, filling your head up because you're like one of the most talented singers in the area and stuff like that. I'm like, fuck off. And I'm like biting my tongue. I'm like, but it's like,
should have looked him dead in the eye and said,
do you think that we really
nobody needs to blow my fucking head up. I have an ego big enough to eat you alive, bro.
And another thing, that leads into another thing. What do you think about people who are like, you need to shed your ego?
Fuck them.
Fuck
them. Let me tell you about ego. I'm the most egotistical person that I fucking know. I think that I am a fucking gift to the world. I think I'm unique as fuck. And honestly, I think that I'm one of a kind. Here's the problem. Lots of motherfuckers aren't going to feel that way about me. But, dude, there's a difference between thinking that's true. Yeah. I think that about myself because that's what keeps me going. Thinking like, you're the one, bro. You're the fucking one. Not in a delusional way, but thinking like good about yourself, right? Mm-hmm. Not in a toxic way, though. Toxic is believing that other people feel that way. When you start letting your ego dictate what you think other people think about you, that's when it's a problem. But that's beyond ego. That's almost narcissism. Yeah. So I think that the healthiest thing to have is a strong ego that is not too prideful. Does that make sense? Like, you want to keep your pride lower than your ego, because I'm not Carl Jung or anything. I'm not Freud, but I would. It's not even that deep, bro. I'm just saying, don't be egotistical.
Oh, dude.
Because pride comes before the fall, right? But I think pride's a problem.
So, no, for sure. I agree. But when people are like, you need to shed your ego. Oh, that's your problem. Most of the people that are telling you that are like already successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Say, how'd you get there?
Exactly. You thought good things about yourself. If you're constantly going around thinking, I'm good. Yeah. I can do this. You eventually will do it if you put the work in. Of course,
but shedding ego is like, dude, unless you're becoming a fucking Buddhist monk,
it's back again. It's not you. No, it's not you. No, there's something that's been. I think it's coming from outside.
Dude. Anyways, and so like probably, and so if you like, in my humble opinion, is if you freaking are just like, Joel, don't focus on it.
Oh no, I was looking at that. Sorry, the TV was sharp as fuck right there. My bad. The grass looked so sharp, it just got by.
Oh. Make sure that we, after I say this, we bring up Get Back to let them know about it, if just in case they haven't. But anyways, you absolutely need. People like, I mean, if you're moving to Nepal or to Tibet, become a monk, sure, shed your ego. Sure. But it's like, how is that beneficial to anyone if you all of a sudden just give up your persona? and
Right.
just become
A
one.
cog.
It's like, dude, what? It's like, dude, you need to, if you want to succeed, you have to have confidence within yourself.
Exactly.
And it's like, you have to have an ego of some sort. Yeah. But like you said, I guess ego, I don't know if pride and ego go hand in hand.
I think that you're not
but
supposed to let them go hand in hand.
I don't know if they're, I mean, like what I'm saying, like, is ego part of pride? Is it like a,
No, I think they're
like a
separate.
sect of
Because I
pride?
think that's what I was saying. I think pride is what's the dangerous thing. Pride is not being willing to accept things about yourself that are uncomfortable truths. Ego is knowing that you have the ability to succeed.
So, okay, good. Okay. We'll go with that. And then, but the thing is, so if anybody ever tells you you have a big ego and they say it like in a bitter pill to be swallowed, fuck that. It's like you deserve to have an ego. If you believe in yourself, it's absolutely a good thing to have. And like I said, unless it becomes narcissism and you're like really like harming people.
Sure, and I guess it might be a fine line once you get to a certain point.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, dude, what do you want from people? Do you want people to love themselves, or do you want people to constantly feel like they're not good enough for everybody?
Yeah, and it's like always shedding and doing all that's so stupid.
You brought up toxic positivity, and actually, I do agree that that's a real thing, and I'm glad it's brought up. But a lot of times, these people are using any sign of happiness or self-worth is toxic positivity.
Okay, yeah, no, for sure.
And I'm just like, dude, give it a rest, man. Some people are happy sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm happy sometimes. I can't.
No, yeah. I've been happier in the past 6 months than I probably have been in the past 10 years.
Which is fascinating because, dude, like all of us technically should be crushed under the weight of all this shit.
Well, I mean, when my bar closed, I was devastated, but like getting back on my feet, slowly getting things together and stuff like that.
Getting that long sleeve shirt.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So like, yeah. And
It's
so
a
like,
good ass shirt.
Yeah. So with the thing is now the reason I felt bad, because about 6 months ago, like things started opening up, a light at the end of the tunnel is starting to appear. And so it's like, okay, what is 2022 going to bring? And I'm being real about it. It's like, what's 2021 about? Paying my bills, fixing my credit, getting my name out there, life on track.
And you wouldn't be able to do that without ego.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and it's
you would have been crushed by the weight of all this if you had no ego.
If anybody's taking the path of like, this is a good opportunity for me to shed my ego and go within, it's like, no, actually, it's the opposite. It's a terrible time to do that.
Yeah.
This is a time to rebuild, restructure, and go out there and make a name for yourself and succeed to pass on to your future whatever.
On that note, though, I do want to say one thing that's really fucking bugged me lately, or not lately, through this whole pandemic, are the people who post things saying like, if you're not hustling right now, then you're not a hustler. If you're not out there busting ass, it's like, honestly, bro, some people are dealing with this in some ways and some people are dealing with it another way. I don't think you can ever tell somebody, hey, bro, if you're not hustling right now, then you're not about that life or whatever.
Weird, because like there's a thing that happens a lot too. I was talking about this yesterday. A lot of people get like, they're like, I'm hustling. I have 3 jobs. I'm like, okay. Bro, you work here with me 2 days a week, and you work at another job
2 days a week,
full time. And you're like, no, well, I had to split my schedule around because I work 3 separate jobs. So I'm like, so you probably make, I'm not saying
the exact same as if you just worked one job.
One job.
Yeah.
It's like, that's not hustling.
I think a lot of
that's
people,
actually inconveniencing yourself.
Exactly. So a lot of people, I think, have been taught and raised to believe that if they're not struggling to maintain some sort of like, if you're not tired all the time, if you're not always stressed out, that you're somehow not doing things right. And I think the problem that people have, and that also relates to ego and pride, is that some people are just better at making things happen than you are. And that's always hard to find out, that somebody's better at something than you are. But the fact of the matter is, some people, the 3 jobs thing, man, is a lot of times is people thinking, if I don't bite off more than I can chew, then I'm not hustling. I'm not busting ass, you know?
Yeah.
But like, really, 3 jobs split up into 1 full-time job, it isn't helping you.
If anything, it's like,
it's hurting you because you're getting 3 different fucking stubs at that
3
point.
different subs, 3 different W-2s, 3 different.
Your taxes are going to be fucking wonky.
What do you have a car? Do you have to drive to each one of these jobs? Are they close to your house? Are all 3 jobs in the same neighborhood? With the pandemic? Is job number 1 is strict and put at their employees through
that's a
as
good
much
point.
scrutiny as job number 3?
That's a good point.
It's like, dude, and it's like, and so like when somebody's like, they're like, hey, I got exposed at job number 2. It's like, well, guess what you did? You fucked everybody at job number 3. And here's the thing: If it was like you're a parent and you're like working 2 full-time jobs, which a lot of them do,
more power to it. Oh, dude, for sure.
But it's like, but if you're just like working 3 different jobs just to
Yeah.
It's like, do it. Have fun doing it, but don't act like you're hustling. You're honestly just working 3 different jobs for 35 hours a week.
Exactly. So I worked with somebody who, a good friend of ours, and she worked full-time for the bookstore, but she was also full-time for a restaurant that's in that same shopping center. And what she would do was work that full first shift at the restaurant and come straight to us. So she was putting 16 hours in. That's fucking hustling.
Yeah, that's hustling for sure.
That's fucking busting your ass, bro. And like, I remember being like, man, why do you do this? And she was just like, bro, y'all complain about paychecks. I don't complain about paychecks.
Yeah, that's what's up. But the thing is, dude, but everybody needs time off, dude.
Oh, I know. That's the thing. She was miserable a lot of times.
And like, it's like, is your misery affecting because if you think about it, when you think about your work company, like who you work with, even if you work together for a year, like y'all are still in ways strangers.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's like so many people I work with, I've never hung out with them outside of work or anything. It's like they come in a bad mood. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, dude, I'm like, I was in a bad mood before I got here, but guess what I did? I checked it.
You leave
dude,
that shit at home.
It's like, dude, and it's like, and when they're like, oh, I've worked so much this week. I'm like, I've only seen you here 2 days this week. They're like, oh, my other jobs. It's like, get the fuck out of here with that. And it's like, did you work over there fucking 60? Are you working 60? Like, it doesn't even add up.
Yeah.
Like, you working 60 hours a week? I don't think so. It's like,
I got a fun story for you about working.
Anyways,
here's a good story. Have I told you?
I work with a great crew right now. It's not. So that's great.
Shout out them for sure, dude.
No, I had nothing to do with them.
Have I told the story? And customers, if I've told this story before, you're in luck. I'm gonna tell it again. When I worked at the bookstore, we had a huge problem with. So for those most of you who aren't familiar, I worked in a big shopping center that is obscenely large. It takes up a lot of the area. So it's not just like one big parking lot. This fucking thing is huge.
Yeah.
I'm at the back of it, literally at the back of it. There's a huge open parking lot behind us. So every day, without fail, these two douchebags would roll up in Camaros or fucking Mustangs over and cut donuts. Constantly, bro. Constantly. Super annoying, dude. Super annoying. And I would always open the door just waiting for one day where they wrecked. Praying for it.
No, you weren't.
They're not going to die. They're cutting parking lot donuts. They'll be fine.
Okay.
I just wanted to see them fucking hit a dumpster or something. So I'm in there. It's a hot day, so we have the door cracked, right? So I can see out there. And I hear, and I'm like, yes. And I turn and look, and here comes this fucking nice, brand new Mazda. And I'm thinking, they ain't seen them motherfuckers driving this before, because they usually got like little beater 96, 97 Mustangs out there. Here comes this brand new shiny ass Mustang, comes around the corner, cuts one donut, goes straight over the curb and hits a telephone pole. And
were they okay?
Oh, they're fine. Weeping. I'm laughing so hard. I'm on the ground, bro. And all my employers are going, man, or all my coworkers are going, man, chill out, bro. See if he's okay. So I go out there, I go, hey, you okay? And he goes, and I was like, all right. And I'm clapping for him, trying to figure out what's going on. Here comes the police. The dude's on the phone sitting he's got his fucking head in his hand. He's shaking his head. Cops are dealing with him for a little while. They arrest him, take him away. Here comes a tow truck, pulls the fucking thing out. Cops are still out there. I go to take the trash. I'm like, hey, man, damn, he got arrested for that? Reckless driving or what? The guy went, no, that fucking idiot was test driving that. He went and test drove it from the Mazda, drove to South Park Meadows and cut donuts and wrecked that shit. They arrested his ass like that, bro.
Hell yeah.
Shit was cool, bro. I was laughing so hard.
Dude, so I was just mentioning earlier through our rants, Get Back. I don't know if we talked about that yet.
Yeah.
But Joel's actually, I was talking to somebody that works in the movies last night, my best friend's husband, and he doesn't know anything about the 4K thing. And I was like, oh, well, Joel knows a lot about it. And like, so we're going to talk, I want to talk a little bit about that. But if y'all haven't watched the teaser for Get Back, of all that Beatles footage.
It's unseen Beatles footage and rehearsal footage and recording footage.
Yeah, from like dude, it is a teaser.
For what album are they working on there?
Probably Get Back.
Is that the name of the record?
Right, no, it's
is it on Let It Be?
Let It Be.
Yeah, so like they're literally working on their biggest album, right? Yeah.
And so it's like, dude, it is
fascinating.
Incredible.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
It's like, I mean, we didn't grow up knowing John Legend on TV and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
John Lennon, bro.
John Lennon. And so, like,
we're all ordinary people.
It looked like it was filmed yesterday, dude.
Okay, so one thing I have to say about that is, man, I've never felt closer to the Beatles than realizing they were just like us, bro.
Yeah. Goofballs.
Dude, there's a Dan in that band, there's a Doug in that band, there's a Joel in that band,
yeah.
bro. I mean, I don't want to be Ringo or anything, but like, we could all have been somebody in that band.
Ringo's cool, man.
I want to be Paul, bro.
Nah, dude, you're definitely a John.
Come on, Dan's John.
No, dude, I would always say that. I'm always like, man, I'm a freaking Dan.
You don't think Dan would be John?
No, I think he'd be like a George. Oh no, he would definitely be a John.
I feel like Dan is a John,
I know,
man.
he might be a Paul.
No, I'm Paul, bro.
No, dude.
People,
no, I think you're more
I'm
John.
Paul. Wait, check and make sure I didn't.
All right, no, so I would probably be a George.
Yeah.
I'm always like,
Well, why though?
Huh?
Why would you be George?
Because I
feel like me and you would be fighting for Paul.
I go on that spiritual trip a lot, and I do a lot of experimentation and stuff like that.
But you're like the heart and soul of the songwriting, like I am, like Paul was.
But I get in bad moods, like pretty bad.
Like John.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Wasn't he like an absolute prick when he was mad?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Like you.
You just blasted fucking hot breath all over me.
Oh, my bad, baby.
But you went,
prick.
come on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Joel accused me of ripping ass earlier. I was like just sitting here.
Okay. Let me. Okay. If you're sitting with one fucking person,
one more time, I'm like, dude. And the reason I was having a laughing attack because Joel's accusing, like out of nowhere, is accusing me of fucking farting, and my nose, both of my nostrils were like just seized up. I was just sitting there and I was having a laugh attack. He's like, "See, I knew you did it." I'm like, "Dude,
you gotta admit though that
like,
you're not gonna like you're
not gonna believe this. I'm just sitting here. I can't breathe right now. That's why I'm mouth breathing. I did not fart." And Joel's like, "Fuck that! Yes, you did." And I'm just like no matter. And I said, "I absolutely understand that no matter what I say right now, will not convince you that I did not fart." But I
believe it now. I believe it now because I've smelled it a couple times.
Yeah, and it's not. It smells like fucking something coming from outside or like from
Oh, imagine she's just taking a huge shit. It's just, man, it's one of them long.
I'm so nervous. I'm like,
her first poop in months.
Dude.
Never mind. I don't want to put her on blast. Never mind.
What the fuck are you doing when you do that? It just leaves so much up, like in the air. Like,
no, I mean, because I don't know what's actually going.
Somebody I don't want to talk about. I'm not going to throw them on the bus.
I'm talking about something I don't know anything about.
Blah 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 blah. And doesn't he make this much a year? For it's like Jesus Christ, for someone that want to put anybody on blast, you're like, yeah, I don't want to put this person on blast. It's like, come on, what do you think you're doing? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so
tell the story. I gotta take a piss.
I live in an apartment, and somebody in the complex, don't know who, makes a tremendous amount of strange noises. And it for a while there, it was quite consistent. So that's what we're referring to. But it has totally tamed. Everything's fine. Don't want any trouble. No complaints are being filed. Nothing like that. Just trying to get along. Just go to work, make some money, get home, chill, play some video games, and wait for Tuesdays so I can play my podcast with my best friend Joel. So, and just so you know, I had a little cry fest yesterday driving. I was listening to Justin Bieber, Sorry, just thinking about Joel leaving. Pretty bummed out, guys. Pretty bummed out. But he says he's doing the right thing, so I'm going to support him in his move. But it'll be okay. Always has been, always will be. But yeah, feeling pretty good though. And like, sorry about my little rant earlier about ego and stuff. I do think ego is important, but also with like the work thing, it's like, do what you want to do. It's just like, if you want to work 3 jobs, that's fine. But it's like, if that's not my whole thing is like, that's technically not hustling. If you work 3 jobs, you only work 35 hours a week, and you make probably less than you would working consistently at one job where you could get overtime if they allowed it, if that is whatever. It's like what are you doing? I mean, if you're like, but hey, I just like to break it up 3 different jobs and, just do different things. And it's like, yeah, fine. But that's not hustling. That's just working 3 different jobs. And also working 60-hour weeks, 2 jobs, or whatever. Or if you're working like 80 hours a week, like full time in the morning, full time at night, more power to you. But at the same time, you need to take some time for yourself.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I understand even if you have kids and stuff, man, like your kids.
Make your kids a fucking job.
It's like, dude, you gotta, like, dude, like when I was like, I work a lot, right? But now that I'm up here, carrying the hardwood, there was times I was there like 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
Just like opening it up, prepping, doing the numbers, going to the store, getting everything, doing the booze order, whatever. And I was okay with that. But like when I came up here, I'm like, any of my downtime or any days off, I'm going to embrace them entirely. I mean, I picked up a shift yesterday, so I have 1 day off this week, but it's like,
here's the thing. This isn't going to be a rant, I promise. But maybe, just maybe, collectively, as a country, we need to look and ask ourselves, like, did we fuck up this work-life balance thing? Because in my opinion, somebody, that's what makes me sad, dude. We keep talking about people hustling and shit, but we're not talking about people hustling so they can become rich. We're talking about people hustling to survive.
Yeah, no, for sure.
If you have 3 kids and have to have 3 jobs, the problem's not with you or the work you're finding. The problem is with the system.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not right that we're having a conversation where we're having to discuss the merits of taking a break from trying to survive.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's nuts to me.
Yeah, but like, UBI, I'm actually really into the idea of universal basic income.
Me too. What do you think we should get?
I think this is what I think. I think it shouldn't be distributed into like money in your bank account. I think that the government and the state, the federal government allocated to the state, which allocates it to cities, and each one gets a budget. And it's like each person gets this much off of their electric bill and water bill. And it's like they are entitled to this every month. If Joel spends more than this on his water, then he has to pay the extra.
Yeah.
If you want to sleep with your AC on all night, guess what? You're gonna have a utility bill. It's not gonna be $500, but but the thing is, the money is not going into your pocket to buy an Xbox, which is fine.
And I get that. Yeah.
But you're guaranteed, and then you go to HEB, and everybody is entitled to a certain amount of food every month or every day. Even it's like. And then, but if you go over a certain amount,
then you pay for it. So you're basically advocating for like government programs to be more.
I think it's I think that UBI. I think it should be more like based on actual dollar signs, not like And it's like it's like when you go there. When you go to the grocery store, it's like, I have this much money left. Not like, oh, you know what I mean? Oh, can I get my rations for a day? It's like, you can buy whatever you want with this $500 allocated to you this month for food. It's up to you.
So I was thinking somewhere along, because, okay, like selfishly, I would like them to deposit money into my bank account every month. Who wouldn't? You know what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. But, and I get the money thing.
That being said, though, like understanding where you're coming from, and I kind of see it the same way, I thought, why not just give everybody Snap cards?
Yeah, even that.
So you can only spend it on shit you need.
Yeah.
But we all get it now.
Yeah, or even if you, I mean, I guess technically
Snap,
speaking,
if you don't know, is WIC or any of those things.
So even if, I guess even if you did just put money in their account, if you are buying an Xbox or something, that still allows money in your account to go to something else. So I mean,
I'm not really ever. If they were going to deposit money, I wouldn't want them to have any say of how we could spend it.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess you're right. So I mean, I guess I'm kind of changing my whole tune on it.
But if they did decide to do something like Snap cards or WIC cards or whatever, I'd be on board with that too. Look, I'm not going to turn down help. Yeah. I don't think anybody will.
Well, if the government's like, we just can't give people this money because this is like, it's not necessarily a stimulus package. It's just to help people survive, and they're not using it to survive. They're using it to fucking buy things that
they don't need,
yeah. And their electricity's still being turned off. It's like, well, if that's the case, then do what then choice A. It's like you don't actually see the money, but guess what? You got a $500 utility bill, and you only have to pay $45 of it this month.
Here's the crazy thing with utility bills.
Well, I'm not saying that.
Oh no, I'm going to give some inside baseball on this. I'm going to throw myself out there and tell you exactly what I've been paying for electricity.
Okay.
I think this is nuts. So we fell into the bracket of being able to do budget billing. So it cuts your bill. It makes your bill one specific amount or whatever, no matter how much you use or don't use. Dude, we're paying $160 on the budget billing. And I know it's more than that, but like, that's fucking crazy to me.
Yeah.
$160. Like, dude, at the time I wasn't even home 8 hours a day.
So like in my place, my lights and if I'm not, I mean, I'm only here probably 8 hours every day. And part of that I'm sleeping and then my lights are off when I'm doing that and stuff. I'm like, dude, my last bill is pretty high. Like to the point where I'm like, there must be something wrong.
My sink broke and our water bill was like $250. And I'm sitting there going, man, this ain't my fucking fault though.
Yeah. And then like you look at the city of Austin sends you like emails like you only spent $8 on electricity this week. Good for you. And then it's like the next one's like you only spent $8 electricity.
And then you get a bill, it's $400.
It's like get a bill. It's like this $200 fucking dollars. And you just told me I spent $8 last week.
I don't understand any of the. Well, that's boring. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's intriguing to talk about it. People freaking connect with it, I would imagine. But I didn't know what you were doing. I don't know what you're doing.
A booger or a fingernail?
I'm just like sitting here, watch TV or whatever. I'm like, Joel, what stupid video do you watch next? And all of a sudden, it's like little Charlotte's Web's like right in front of me. I'm like, look at this. You're like, what is that? I'm like,
it was so small I couldn't even see it.
It's just a spider just came down and say hello to me.
Well, hello there.
And I'm like, get going. He's like, no, I want to stay and play.
I'm your friend.
Oh, dude, what about this? Oh, hey, everybody. It's me, Kaboom the Clown.
And I'm Chuckle Stuff.
I hope everybody's having a great new year. How about insurrections?
Have you ever stormed the Capitol? Make sure you beat a cop.
Oh, man, Doc, whatever happened to Shocky the Clown? Oh, I guess he shocked himself in the balls to death.
Next week, we talk about abortion.
Watched some JP the B-Man today, too.
Oh, yeah, we did. And he guessed how many marbles were in the car. There's 700 marbles in that car.
He's like going to, it's like this like crazy, it's like the like weirdest video. And it's like this like slow romantic song.
Yeah, what was up with that?
I don't know.
That was weird.
It like 8 years ago.
Is he gonna fuck that bee? That's what I was thinking. I was like, what the fuck?
He said, yeah, right here, this is a drone bee. And it's a boy. You can see how big he is because how big he is. Oh, that's a boy.
Hey, look how big he is.
He big.
And that's your Louisiana accent?
He had no stinger on it. Yeah, my Cajun accent.
Yeah, I got one too. I like that. I put him in my mouth.
I do it to scare the kids. They don't get it. But
hey, you take the bees, you bring them on down, you can make a roux out of it. Put them in a king cake.
Remember we still, oh, dude, we haven't talked about
a roux
in a while.
Dude, that is one of the most popular videos Caroline ever posted was me going, cool, hey, happy Mardi Gras, folks. Come on down. Make a hard-boiled egg. I might even make a roux out of it.
Hard-boiled egg.
Come on down. Bring a hard-boiled egg.
You go over to Joel's house and he just like lifted up like, boiling some eggs, boiling some eggs over here, huh? No, I'm making a roux out of it.
Make a roux out of them.
That's not how you make a roux at all.
I know.
There's no eggs in roux.
There's no eggs.
Bro.
Oh.
You remember Wax Honey? I mean,
Wasp Honey?
Wasp Honey?
Sure do. Wow, dude, let's take a little let's take a breeze down memory lane. Let's talk about some of our favorite memories of this show. This show is almost 2 years old.
Oh, I know. We used to do
that didn't work out. We should have been on episode like 150 now.
Yeah, I mean we'll still get to it.
No, I know. I'm just if you look, dude, we got to 70 or we got to 60.
Dude, we did so many sponsorships. And it just got to the point where you and I were looking at each other like,
can't do this anymore.
I can't do it anymore.
It's like it's not funny to me.
It's all falling apart,
dude. Because at first we were nailing them, and then it was like one every 6 or 7 were funny, and then it was we realized they weren't funny anymore, so we pulled all the old funny ones and started redoing them.
Hold on, I got some on here.
Oh, I've got a bunch on my phone too.
But then JP the B Man, Jesse, the cousin Paul.
Oh shit! That dude was always sucking dick.
Dude, he was so gross.
How's it going? It's me, Paul. Hey, just want to say I really love the show. Love to get them things between my cheeks. If you know what I mean. Call me back. It's Paul.
We tried to have people call in. Didn't work.
We did it twice. It worked all right.
It was okay. Call mom. That was lame. A lot of lame stuff.
Hold on. Let me see what I got in this bitch. Oh, I gotta bring this up. Caroline, I'm sorry, but I told you I was gonna put you on blast for this, and I have to.
Let's hear it.
Caroline said this sentence the other night, and it blew my mind so much I had to write it down. She looked at me and she said, "Had your grandma ever told you a dark prayer before bed? You know, one that gives you a real haunt?" And it's like in the middle of a sentence, and I was like, "The fuck are you talking about?" And she meant the dark prayer. Her dark prayer was that now I lay me down to sleep, I pray the Lord my soul to keep if I die before I wake or whatever, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
It is pretty weird, but the way she said it was, "Your grandma ever tell you a dark prayer before bed? One that gives you a real haunt?" And it was like a real sentence. She wasn't joking.
She's like a little girl like living in a farmhouse.
A narration on a Shyamalan movie or something. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Just living in a freaking like little farmhouse, just like with braids in her hair. Did your grandma ever tell you a haunting dream?
One that gives you a real haunt?
Dude, did you ever watch Return to Oz growing up?
Yes.
Have we talked about this?
Many times.
Oh, dude, like that movie is fucking wacky.
It's insane. It's awesome. Dude, they're literally, the plot is that Dorothy is getting lobotomized and has a fever dream while she's on the drugs at the hospital that she's gone back to Oz, and it has been taken over by a witch who literally decapitates people and wears their heads to gain their personalities. The villains are fucking dudes that look like they would have been in a fucking John Carpenter movie, and they're in a kids movie wheeling around going, "Ah, ah," and then the weirdest shit is TikTok and Jack are so goddamn cute and nice, and like every time the pumpkin or Jack or whatever his name is, every time he is introduced, it just gets me every time. He's like, mommy, are you my mom? It's just so great, dude. The movie makes no fucking sense.
And the Rock King or whatever his name is.
Yeah, dude.
Eggs. Is that a chicken? Like, what the fuck?
Yo, Cluck Cluck.
Yeah, Cluck Cluck.
Because there's no Toto, they got Cluck Cluck.
Yeah, that's right.
That movie's bizarre, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Very bizarre. But here's the interesting thing. That movie's much closer in tone to the Frank L. Baum books than the original movie was.
Yeah, yeah. So Frank L. Baum was like an Irishman, right? That came over from Ireland and ended up in the West and wrote those books.
I got no idea. Hold on. I'm trying to find... I just had one.
Remember when Michael J. Fox plays an Irishman in the West in Back to the Future 3?
I have a huge confession to make.
You never seen it?
I have once. When I was a kid, I remember one part, and that's Doc Brown being held down by some dudes in a bar, and they put a funnel in his mouth and make him drink something.
Yeah, yeah.
As the only thing I remember from that movie, and I have a flash of maybe like a train scene at the end.
Yeah.
I've owned that trilogy on every format up to the 4K, which I haven't got it on yet, but I've had it on every format, and I've never watched that.
I've probably only seen it a couple times.
I'm sure it's not bad, but it just does not.
Didn't they film it simultaneously
no,
with...
it came out in the 90s.
But I thought they filmed it because at the very end of Back to the Future 2, it shows a scene for Back to the Future 3.
Maybe on the tape or something, but not in the theaters.
Huh.
The movie Back to the Future 2 ends with him... Because one ends where he's like, "It's not about you, Marty. It's about your son." And they fly off. "Where we're going, we don't need roads." And then the second one ends with... Man, what does the second one end with?
So,
it doesn't matter, but they didn't shoot them simultaneously. 2 came out in the 80s, 3 came out in the 90s.
Well, did you know that Lord of the Rings was all shot at one time?
Yeah.
All 3 of them?
Yeah. And all the Hobbits.
18 months.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating, bro. Yeah, 18 months, man. That was like revolutionary, and it probably will never happen again. They wanted to do that with Dune, but Warner is so sketched out that the first one won't make any money. And now it probably won't, but so we likely will never get to see the entire book of Dune, because if this one flops, they ain't gonna finish the book. Damn, dude, have you ever read any of them? I've read the first one, and I tried to read God Emperor or Dune Messiah, whatever it was. But so the first one's extremely complex, not fun to read, and I got why it was popular, but spice. Yeah, it's the life. Did you watch the documentary of Jodorowsky's Dune? It's amazing. That's wild. It's amazing. The thing is, though, people love to point at that and go, "Man, I wish we would have got Jodorowsky's Dune." No, you don't. No, you don't. Not if you're a fan of Dune. That shit wasn't Dune. It was a fucking fever dream from a dude who was coming down off a perpetual LSD trip, bro. That shit it's amazing, but I would be pissed if that had come out and that had been the Dune movie.
Do you follow Jodorowsky on Instagram?
No.
Just as like weird like characters and like miming and stuff in the streets of Paris. Really strange.
He's an interesting cat. Look, as a film lover, I appreciate the trilogy, but like,
well, dude, I used to be obsessed with.
I know you with Holy Mountain, right?
With Holy Mountain and El Topo and stuff when I was younger. But dude, you know who funded Holy Mountain? The Beatles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, like in the trilogy, the thing with the trilogy is like, it's fascinating and it's awesome, but like I wouldn't consider them things I enjoy watching.
Yeah.
Like I love Santa Sangra.
Yeah.
But I don't feel the same way about El Topo and Holy Mountain. I respect the fuck out of what they're doing, but I could never just throw that on to vibe. You know what I mean?
I can.
Santa Sangra, I can vibe fucking hard to that, but I can't with the other two. It's weird.
I can turn the volume off and put like a record on, just get fucked up.
I love the visuals. I just don't connect with what he's doing so much in that one. I think the thing with Santa Sangra is
turns poop into gold, dude.
Yeah, I don't got any problem with them. I guess I just don't. I always surprise people when I say that I'm not like huge fans of that.
Because I appreciate that. It's like it's cool to like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
I saw it like as a film that I needed to see, not as like somebody saying like this movie's so good. So I didn't know the hipster connotation to those movies until I moved to Austin.
Dude,
when I moved here and found out there was a bar named after that, I was like, oh. That makes total sense that's the kind of people who would love that movie.
So like, I remember when like Sleep came to town, like for the first time at the reunion, and me and Joe were listening to him since we were kids because it was just like my brothers and stuff and it was always on or whatever. And like, and through high school, like
weren't you in college when Dope Smoker came out?
College?
Yeah.
I went to college.
Like college age. Cause I was in high school. I was leaving high school when
Dope Smoker came out when you were back in Austin. Dope Smoker you're thinking of Jerusalem. So
okay, yeah, you're right.
So Jerusalem and Dope Smoker are essentially the same thing, but when they released Jerusalem, the record label was like, "We can't release this. It's one fucking song, and it's
imagine they flip over to see the track list and they're like, the fuck is this?"
And you can't blame the record label for that, but like Al, Matt, and whoever the drummer was, like they're like, "Yo, this is our masterpiece, whatever." What you got to respect that too.
Yeah,
they're like, "Dude, we're fucking. It's the '90s. Nobody even knows what stoner fucking rock is.
Yeah, or shoegaze.
Nobody knows what stoner metal is. You can't just put out a fucking song that's an hour long." But they're like, "But we did, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and it's done.
Yeah,
here."
And so like, they took the record label took the song and hired like an outsourced an engineer and chopped it into 4 tracks. And I guess in the whole entire mixing of that stuff, because he took I don't know how he, but apparently he fucked it up. And so like,
well, yeah, I would imagine that the whole point of it being one song was that they felt it needed to be one song.
But it's on a CD, you know, you could still play into each other.
Sure.
But I guess the mixing was really fucked up. And that album was called Jerusalem. And it was so bad, and they were so upset about it. That's essentially what dissolved Sleep. And then High on Fire comes around. And Matt Pike.
Wait, what's the connection with High on Fire?
Matt Pike.
Okay.
Lead guitar.
I guess I didn't know that.
He's a guitar player for Sleep.
Okay.
And so, and then Al Cicero's went and made Ohm. And then,
oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, the drummer now is the drummer from Neurosis. I don't know. He's not the original drummer of Sleep. I can't think of who it is.
What about the guitar player for Iced Earth?
What about that motherfucker?
Fucking idiot.
Hold on. So when they got back together, Southern Lord re-released it, got the tracks and like the masters and put it out the way they intended it to. So I assume they didn't own the rights to the trademark to Jerusalem, the record, because the other record label, whichever one it was, owned it. Mm-hmm. So they re-released it as Dope Smoker.
Okay, because that's what I know is the one song version of it.
So that's like nerd stuff that like true fans get into or whatever. But I remember they're coming through and I was working over on the East Side stuff. People that like listen to like fucking Bob Dylan and stuff like that daily, which is great. I went through a fucking Bob Dylan phase when I was in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And so, but they're like, "Hey, dude, Sleep's coming to town. You going to the Sleep show?" I'm like, "Yes." So like, "Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go too." I'm like, "You're a Sleep fan?" I'm like, well, I'm getting into them. I'm like, "That's fine." You know me. I'm not like, I'm like, if that's the way you're going to get into them, for sure, go for it. But they say people like 3 days later are coming like wearing like jean jackets and like starting to wear like boots with it and like starting to like get like transition into like stoner metal head. I'm like, what are y'all doing? I'm like, you're so much cooler when you're just like I'm going to go to the show. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to see Sleep for the first time. It's cool. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Like, so, but that's an Austin thing. It's like
the day after that show, we sold every copy of that we had on vinyl of Dope Smoker.
Dude, that was an amazing show.
It was pretty wild how many people came in for shit, even in South Austin, to buy shit.
I have an insane story that happened at that show. I will tell you off the air.
Okay.
Because, I mean, let's just put it this way. One of my good friends, I got called back into Moody Theater because I called my friend and he wasn't answering the phone. Because I didn't know where he is. A cop answered the phone, got me back into the middle of Moody Theater, and he's in a wheelchair, and he's somewhat still speaking. So they wheeled us out of the back doors and threw us into a cab. Goes in a lot more detail than that.
I'm ready to hear about it.
Yeah.
Do you remember being at the show and someone hit Jesse with a shoe? And you had like the whole crowd turn against you at the end when you were going, "You fucking suck! You couldn't even play a fucking song!"
That's not how it happened. It's like you just
No,
say
I know, I've got
Jesse.
Oh,
Brand New.
yeah, but I know, but they hit him with the shoe.
No, I went to see Brand New, and we're at Stubbs. The place is fucking packed.
And
he's
bro.
and
It
it's
was
like,
for the Devil and God show. That was like
right when it came out, and somebody threw a shoe at him and
during sewing season.
yeah, and like the song, and like right when it's, "I'm not your lover, I'm not your friend," yeah. And you're like, "No, the song's over."
You want to? He goes, "I already got your money in my fucking pocket."
And you're gonna throw a shoe at me?
No, I feel him on that though.
It's like, but it just didn't make too much sense.
I'd have done it.
So I already got your money in my pocket. It's like, what?
He did though.
I know, but it's just like, but why are you stopping the song? It's like, no, it's like, I'm not finishing it. And it's just dead silent. I'm like, finish the fucking song.
And then afterwards,
And everybody, like hundreds of people just like look right at me. I'm like, what the fuck?
I went to jail the next day.
What? Why?
You don't recall? Let me try to jog your memory on that. Our house, a couch.
You motherfucker. That was it. We were living in Austin at that time? No, that's right. We were in fucking Victoria.
Yeah, duh. It was 2005.
You went to jail that day, but guess
The
who
next
went to,
day.
Yeah, but guess
No, I
who
know
went
you
to
did.
jail like 7 years later?
But guess who shouldn't have gone to jail? Either fucking one of us.
Dude, to this day, somebody finally told me who lit that couch on fire. I always thought it was one person and it was somebody else. Yeah, you know. Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh.
I thought it was.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
He was open about it when he did it.
He never told me.
Oh, he was like, look what I did.
Yeah, so a couch lit on fire. I ended up in jail 7 years later for it. So stupid.
Bro, that was the dumbest shit. I just remember.
I forgot to make my last payment on that ticket.
I just remember begging the cop, man, dude, don't take me to jail. I got to pick somebody up from the airport tomorrow.
That's not how it went. You were like,
I was
white as a
freaked out,
ghost.
bro. I didn't want to
You're
go to jail.
White as a ghost.
Yeah,
white
dude.
as a ghost. He's like, Joel Robertson. He's like, you got a warrant out for your arrest, sir. You're like, is there like, hey, is there any way I can like call my dad and maybe we can like
Work something out.
work something out? And the cop's going,
Nope. I found out.
and I'm just like, I got this ticket in my hand, and like, it's like for fucking
Arson?
no.
I'm just kidding.
Uncontrolled. I'll never forget the cops came. This couch is on fucking fire. I'm like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden, the freaking fire department, and we like put the couch out, throw it over the back fence, and I remember I'm just standing on the front porch with like a broom, just like, and there's like burned stuff all over. I'm like, can I help you? And they're like, so there's a fire, a couch is on fire. I'm like, nah. I'm like pretending like I'm saying like, not that I know of. And there's like two firefighters like coming
In the
around
backyard.
They're coming around like while I'm saying, I don't know what you're talking about, with the smoldering couch, walking it up to the front yard. And then I was like, he's like, so who did it? I'm looking at everybody. I'm going, who fucking did it? And everybody's like,
Do you remember where I was? Inside the house pretending to sweep.
yeah,
The house. I'm pretending to sweep the house.
I'm pretending to sweep outside.
Our two fucking, we just grabbed the brooms. Like, hey, pretend to sweep, bro. Hey, just pretend to sweep.
I'm like, oh, is it? And then they're like, Mr. Robertson? And you're like, and that's when overall, hey, Joel, what kind of bird don't fly?
Jailbird.
And you're like, shut the fuck up. And like, we're like, you went to jail
I went to jail.
for a couple of days, right?
No, fuck no. I got out in the morning.
Okay.
Because I had to go pick somebody up from the airport.
Okay.
So I remember like getting out and being like, I hadn't even been able to tell the person, yeah, have a good flight, or I'm still picking you up, or anything like that. So I got into jail and just had to assume they were at the airport.
I told her, I got a hold of her somehow.
I don't even. Oh,
Or your
I know
dad
who it was.
did.
I know who it was.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember who it was.
Yeah. And so like, Well, why were you in? You were in jail for a long time. One time, weren't you?
No,
I thought you were in there for like a week.
that was when I was a kid for skipping school.
No, I thought when you were older.
No, you're talking about the same time, but I was only there for
Chow time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was only there for the night. I got booked and everything, but I had my actual like
I mean, it put you in GP.
I was in GP. Yeah.
General population for those.
For those of you straight edge.
I've never been in jail, dude. I don't think I've ever actually been thrown in an actual GP.
That was the only time I ever have. And the weird thing is
every time they took me to jail, like they like kept me in like the holding tank forever.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because they knew who I was. Like, this is all stupid. No reason to book them. Because it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
One time I got booked. Okay. Yeah, I guess I did one time, maybe.
Oh shit.
But GP was like too full, so they kept me in like the holding tank. But they still booked. It was really strange.
That's weird. Yeah, like I've never had to actually go to jail. You know what I mean? Except for that one night I was in GP, and I got mad lucky with who I was in there with, so it didn't really matter to me. But yeah, I don't know. Fuck going to jail.
Yeah, don't go to jail.
Don't go to jail.
Sucks.
I haven't even been in trouble in like a decade.
Dude, I am never. Dude, dude. There's nothing on this world that I would risk for the chance to potentially go to jail ever again.
Fuck no.
All right, say some words because I got to use.
Oh yeah, for sure. So the plan for the upcoming weeks is going to be once I get settled, we're going to be picture a Skype call or a Zoom meeting, right? Only instead of just using our computer's webcam and mic, we'll be using all of our professional stream stuff. So it should be the equivalent of watching us like this, except with a split screen with one of us on either side of it. Obviously, for audio listeners, you're not going to experience any change. It's going to be a process for us to figure it out, so bear with us. But I think we're going to be fine, and I think it's all going to work out fairly easy once we get everything synced up and figure out exactly what programs we're going to use and all that. If for some reason we can't figure out the video for the first episode or whatever, if you see an episode isn't showing up on YouTube, we likely just had problems with trying to figure out how this is going to go. I'm sure we will test it. I'm sure we'll probably practice, but that's the plan. So I'm thinking sometime late next week, I'll be able to get an episode going. And then after that, it should go back to being on a regular schedule. I am planning on being down here once a month, once every other month. I haven't quite decided yet, but we'll obviously do a show when I come down for those. It's not going to be a big deal. It's going to be a little different at first. I'm going to miss being in Austin, but it's going to be cool. I guess I could just take this opportunity to say to everyone in Austin that I've known and hung out with over the past decade, I have had a great time, and I've learned a lot from all of you, and I am excited for all of our futures and to see where everything goes. But with this show, things are going to remain largely the same.
Sound like you were crying.
No, I'm running out of breath, bro. I don't know. My heart's been pounding.
No, dude, I don't really know why you're going, but I get it.
Just one of those things. But like I was telling the customers, they're not going to notice a change.
Oh, no,
you're going to notice a change, but they're not. The struggle is only going to be for us.
My concern is I just don't want it to be like a phone call.
No. See, podcast. And I think if you look at the Bill Burt show, that's what I'm picturing.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because they're doing the same thing.
Yeah. No. I know it's going to work. That's not an issue.
Especially since we use the exact same programs. There's not any weird crossover where we're going to have to worry about.
For sure. And then we just got to figure it out. Really.
Yeah. And audio listeners, like I said, are going to notice no change.
Oh shit! We froze. Just kidding.
Oh, I was like, on what?
You fell for it. Well, cool, man. Well, I love you.
I love you too, Doug.
I am going to miss you.
I'm going to miss you too.
I accidentally fuck shit up. No, I mean it.
He just deleted the episode.
No, I didn't. But I mean it. I was just telling. God damn it. No. Everything's fine. No, dude, I really am going to miss you. I mean, new ventures is important. You got to do it. You got to do your thing, whatever.
It's not the first time I've left.
I know. And when you left the first time, I left too.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I love this state. I love this area. And honestly, as much shit as I talk about it, I love Austin.
Yeah, for sure. I love Austin
I think I need And I could say, honestly, I could put all of the reasoning why we're leaving on someone else, but that's not the case. And I don't want to do that. That's disingenuous. I had a pretty not rough year, like any different than anybody else, but this year I just I need a change.
Are you excited?
Yes. I need a change, Doug. And it's not about where I'm going. I just need something new because I'm starting to feel
kind of
pent up, clustered. And I don't want to resent this city.
No, for
sure. Does that make sense?
No,
and if I stay here in the situation that I'm in right now,
but what about like, do they have DQ up there? The Texas stop sign?
Yeah, bro, they have all that shit.
They do.
And I have to say this.
What?
Do you know what my neighbor is? In-N-Out.
A drug dealer. Oh, cool.
Fucking In-N-Out, bro. I live next to every single thing that I love right now. I have a South Park Meadows right there.
So what about, tell me more about this. Like, what about like Brahms, dude? Are you going to actually eat
ice
Brahms?
Creams? I'll get ice creams from there. They're bomb. The ice cream slams, dude.
Dude, those fucking burgers were a disgrace to Texas.
I want to say, I don't know if I made it clear enough in that last video. I got food poisoning from Brahms.
That's right.
I don't want to eat there anytime soon.
Didn't we just delete the last one?
No.
Okay.
No, we deleted the one before the last one.
Like, we're just not even trying to like tell people we didn't delete it.
I deleted the shit out of it. I don't want to. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said it. I learned a lesson, and a big part of it is that doesn't matter. It's gone.
What about
does not matter. It's gone.
And you're about to be gone too. I'm gonna miss you, man.
I'm gonna miss you too, Doug.
Dude. I was fucking telling the customers, dude, that I had some tears coming down my face last night. I'm gonna miss the fuck.
I'm gonna miss you too, buddy.
I love you, man.
I love you too.
I consider you a fucking brother. Like,
same.
Man, I was just thinking about how long we know each other. It's fucking
forever,
crazy.
dude. And the thing is, like, here's the thing with Doug and me, man. Like, again, this is not the first time I've left. This is not the first time, or Doug's not leaving, but he's left before. There are constants in our lives. I'm not gonna go anywhere. But that's the thing, dude. I'm gonna miss the fuck out of you. But but for the risk of being like melodramatic, I'm moving 3 hours away,
dude. I mean,
I'm gonna be in the state, and we're still gonna do this show.
And dude, if you freaking when the vaccine stuff come out, and it's okay to like, if it's like, you know, copacetic to travel and stuff, I mean, you think I'm not gonna come see you?
Exactly. And here's the thing, dude. I just got a much, much, much fucking bigger place. I can finally live like a person and have people stay and shit.
And then hopefully you actually put some initiative in helping out the podcast a little bit more.
Yeah, well, shit, man. In order to keep shit afloat, we're gonna have to equally put in work. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie. Doug puts in most of the work on this. When Doug first approached me,
I didn't need you to say that.
No, it's true though. When Doug first approached me to do this was not the plan.
Yeah.
Doug approached me to do a practice podcast with him that was going to just be a one-off fun thing we did to help Doug lead off into what he was gonna do.
Yeah.
We enjoyed doing it so much that we turned it into this.
This podcast was supposed to be me getting people on here to talk about conspiracies from aliens to Sasquatch to fucking vaccines. And all I would do is agree with them to allow them to just
say their mind,
to say whatever they wanted to say.
But since the Joe Rogan podcast existed, we took it a different
No, but Joe, I mean, it wouldn't even be like that. It'd be a little bit more niche. Like, wouldn't it?
Sure.
Like, the conversations would never really be
right. But I say all that
satisfying.
To say that when this started, I put almost zero initiative into doing anything for it because I, to be quite honest, did not know if we were taking this seriously. I did not know how serious it was going to end up being. I didn't know what he really wanted. But then as it went on, like, this thing became our baby.
Yeah, of course.
And like, it's, you know, shit happened and it kind of detoured us a little bit. But the thing is like, dude, to be quite honest, like, the fact that we maintained the pieces to be able to like put them back together afterwards, I think says a lot about us and what we think about this. And the fact that we still get plays,
of course, says
a lot about our customers.
It says a lot about you and I as friends, and like our brotherhood. I love you, man.
I love you, and to all the customers, thank you for supporting us. To all my friends in Austin, thank you. I will miss you. I will be back.
Right on.
What do they say? It's not goodbye, bro.
Bottom cheers or whatever.
It's goodbye forever.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening to another episode of I Didn't See But I Believe You. We'll see you very soon. I'm Doug.
I'm Joel.
And check us out on all the platforms.
All right, babies.
Bye.